Gotta get my caffeine in. Barely getting 5 and 6 hours of sleep a night. It's starting to do me in. I'm just gonna wait up for a bit to see if a few people come in, and we will start introductions and saying hi. How are you guys feeling today? It's good to see all of you. Oh, here comes a few people. All right. I hate to start talking before people get here because, it takes a minute for it to pop up in your feed and to hop on over. And I'm sorry that I'm late. Time just keeps getting away from me. I think that I can do more in the small amount of time that I have. So I'll get going on a project and then I'm like, uh-oh, it's time for the live chat. Sorry, guys. Okay, so who's here? Dia Jackson, hello. Julian, hi, how you doing? PJ from Houston, good to see you. Keto KT, Iowa. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome, welcome. Tracy Burton. Karen Rothwell, hi. My 100% awesome longtime supporter, Karen Rothwell. Gotta love her. Maria Hemsworth. And Carrie Garner, I'm so glad you're here. I know you were having a rough day yesterday. I hope today is going better for you. I actually had a rough day yesterday myself. So that's kind of what has brought up my subject matter for today. It was my problems that I had some problems yesterday. Our Life to Keto Way, welcome. Good to see you. All right, let's see if there's anybody else that wants to say hello. I know there's more of you here than that. You guys are being shy. All right. So let's talk. Wait. Debbie Lyman from Southern Utah. Hey, we'll have to maybe meet up sometime. Do you live in St. George? I love St. George. Keto KT Iowa says she's a long-time subscriber but rarely comment in the live. Nice. Well, it's good to see you. And Dia Jackson says she's just starting keto. 88 Snuggles is here. Kanab. Ooh, I've never actually hung out in Kanab. That might be fun. We might have to look into that, Debbie. All right. So today, let's talk game plans. So what I mean by game plan, what's your game plan, is basically when life throws you a curveball, when you're faced with something difficult, what is your plan? What are you going to do? Are you going to just jump off the keto bandwagon and say, I can't deal right now. I can't deal with keto, so I'm not going to, and I'm just going to put it off for now until I deal with this situation that I'm in, and then I'll go back on keto. Is that your game plan? Or do you have a plan in place on how you will deal with difficult situations and stay keto? Because if you really, really, really think about it, keto is a way of life that's forever. And you should feasibly be able to do something that's forever through difficult times, through tragedy. I'm not saying I'm facing any tragedy or anything right now. I don't want to scare you guys. I'm not facing any tragedy. I don't know. Yesterday, I just had a really difficult day emotionally. So I had the whoosh last week, and I'm guessing I just didn't keep up on my electrolytes because I have been feeling the symptoms of the keto flu, something fierce. Yesterday, I was feeling very tired, headachy, just sluggish and sad. My depression was bothering me. Every little the issue, I just felt like I couldn't handle it. I sat at the computer and stared at the computer for an hour, and I was trying to transfer my hide and seek video. That's my family channel, if you guys don't know about my family channel. But I was trying to transfer my video to my phone because my phone data is faster than my ridiculous internet here at my house. And I was trying to upload it that way by copying it into my phone memory. And for an hour, I stared at the computer and couldn't get it done. Like, my brain wouldn't work yesterday. Couldn't speak coherently, and I knew that I was low in sodium, and I was pounding it. I think yesterday I probably took in 8 tablespoons of Soleil water before I finally felt normal, and I didn't start to feel normal until 7 p.m. So I guess when I had that whoosh, I just didn't keep up with my electrolytes enough, or maybe I was already low to begin with, and when I dropped all that water, I lost just too much. And I even took a Zip Fizz. I took some potassium stuff, so yeah, I don't know exactly what happened yesterday, but I felt like I couldn't deal. And I was having a lot, not necessarily cravings, but just desires to go back to the easy way of doing things and just go over and get a snack and relax like everybody else. You know, my kids, they got to have snacks, and I just really wanted to have a snack. And I didn't really have a plan in place on how to deal with a situation like that because it was kind of an odd day. I was stuck at the dance studio, which I will be all week, every single night from 4 p.m. until 9 p.m. So for 5 hours. And I just didn't feel prepared to deal with the emotion of that. Like there was a lot of people. I don't know. I wasn't dealing well with life yesterday. And so I could have used that as an excuse and jumped off the bandwagon and just said, you know what? Pshaw. I'm just going to have me a carb up meal, or I'm just going to go off the wagon for today and tomorrow I'll go back on. And, you know, I could have done that, and maybe it would have made me feel better. Maybe it would have made me be able to deal with the situations that I was dealing with better. Instead, I chose to have a protein bar because I know that that is something that I feel like is a treat without jumping off entirely off keto. You know what I mean? So I went ahead and had a protein bar. That didn't seem to help that much. I mean, I don't know. It just didn't really help me that much. I just kind of still felt cruddy. And instead, all I did was apologize to everyone and just say, I'm really sorry, you guys. I'm having a rough day. I don't know why I'm having trouble dealing with anything that's coming up. And I hope that I'm not hurting anyone's feelings, because I know I tend to be kind of a word I should not say when I feel crappy. Even when I don't feel crappy, I mean, guys, I sound really mean most of the time. I think you guys only get to see the nice, happy part of me. Now that I've been doing the family vlog channel and I've had to edit my regular self, like talking to people and talking to my kids, I'm kind of disappointed in how mean I sound all the time. Probably talked about that already, but yeah, so I've noticed that I tend to come off that way to other people. And so I just spent all day yesterday apologizing, saying, I'm sorry if I sound like a bee. Trying not to. But I just made it through. And I wish that I would have had a little bit of better game plan on what I was going to do to deal with that. I don't know how I could have dealt with it a little better. Probably eating the bar was not the best choice, but it helped in the short term to keep me from eating the kids' snacks, you know. And you guys also give me a lot of accountability. So being on YouTube, even though it's hard to be under a microscope all the time, it's also kind of a blessing because I get to have you guys to kind of be my babysitters, so to speak. To know that I have to come on here and like confess to you guys that I messed up. It's a real big motivator to not mess up. And so that's been very helpful. That's been very helpful to me in dealing with difficult situations. But what are your game plans? Do you guys have a plan in place for when difficult things happen? I mean, I can't imagine what happens if tomorrow my daughter needs surgery because she has appendicitis or something and I'm stuck at the hospital for 3 days. What will I do? Will I give in and go down to the cafeteria and just eat food from there and not find keto things? Or will I find someone that can bring me keto food, someone that will make me food and bring it to me, you know, grab some protein bars, grab some protein shakes? Will I stay keto in a situation that is difficult, or will I not? And really, it's a decision. You have to make that decision. At first, when you first start keto, I know it's difficult to look at it as a life choice. For me, the thought of staying this way for the rest of my life when I first started keto, it was too hard to deal. Like, I couldn't focus on that. I just had to do one meal at a time, one day at a time, just keep going forward. And I kind of still that way with my blinders on, trying not to think about the future kind of thing. But as I've seen how easy it is and how much better I feel on it and how much more calm I am, I'm less crazy loony person, I've decided that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I've made that decision. So to me, the decision is already made. And I'm not going to even be tempted to do anything other than what I've already planned to do, which is to stay keto. And if that means you don't eat, then that means you don't eat. And you just take your Soleil water and you slip into at the hospital, if you're there with your kid, and you slip into the little waiting area food zone for people who are helping people, and you find some broth and you drink some broth. I have actually done that. Believe it or not, they really usually have broth in those little waiting area things that can get you through. All right, so I'm going to see if you guys have anything that you have mentioned that you think is a good solution, like of how to have a game plan for difficult situations, or like situations that you've not not been able to do that and your experience. Like, I want to hear anything that you guys want to talk about. I am game for that. So let's see. So Julian says he's got some keto snacks ready for when he's stressed out. Okay, so that's a great plan. So he's already got plan on what he will eat if he feels like he needs to go there. Now, obviously, snacking is not ideal for fat loss. If you watch my video on is snacking okay on keto, I definitely recommend sticking to 30 grams of protein and not doing a snack, just because it's better for your body in the long run. But like I said yesterday, I had a snack. I mean, it didn't count. It wasn't 30 grams of protein. Normally, when I will do that, I'll try and add a piece of cheese to it or something to make it be 30 grams, but it was only 20 because I only had the one bar, because that's all I had. I didn't have anything else, and I don't have any more because the kids ate them all. Yeah. So I have nothing for today or tomorrow or the next day because the kids ate them. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I feel okay about it because it's probably better if I don't have them. But I know I'm probably not going to be happy down there today. And so my plan was to have a bar. But I guess I'm not having a bar. It's probably better if I don't anyway. But yeah, so it's best not to snack, but it's better to snack on keto stuff than it is to jump off the wagon. So that is a good plan, to have snacks that you know are okay. Let's see. ADH Snuggles says she's restarting keto and have decided not to have carb up days. And I highly recommend that as a plan. I have also planned not to ever do carb ups and refeeds. Do they help? Technically, they can. So with me and my like water retention thing, I know that if I were to have a carb meal and knock myself out of ketosis and then pull myself back in, that the water would whoosh again. I know that from a lot of people who've done it, and I refuse to do it. And then the main reason is this. What happens if your carb up meal becomes a carb up day? And what happens if your carb up day becomes a carb up week and then month and you cannot get back on? I've seen so many people who struggle getting back on, and it's more difficult to get back on keto than it was to start it in the beginning. And to me, I just cannot even go there. I can't. It is such a scary place for me to go back to where I was. Literally, the thought of eating a carbohydrate scares me. So I have a little bit more motivation than most people, because I have a legitimate fear of carbohydrates at this point, because they have done nothing but bad for my body. Literally nothing but bad my whole life. They make me depressed and miserable. They ruin my digestion. My body can't handle them, and I gain weight like huge amounts very quickly. So even though it could work, I don't recommend it because it's just dangerous, and I just can't trust myself that I just know myself, and I just don't think that I could be able to get back on. And can you imagine if I have all of you guys watching me and I go, oh, guess what? I'm going to do a carb up day or a carb up meal, and it doesn't go well, and then I just disappear off the face of the planet, and you guys are all, what happened to Tammy? Yeah, that's probably not the best choice for me. I don't think that it's possible for me because of YouTube. You guys are depending on me, and I feel that. I feel that weight on me, that you guys are looking to me to be the person who makes it. And I just keep telling myself, be the person who makes it. Be the person who makes it. And I know that if I had a carb up meal, I would not make it. So I'm just being honest with myself. Now, some people can do that, and I have friends who've done it, and they've been fine. More power to them. I think that's great if you can. I know that there's lots of bodybuilders and things that do it, and there's like people that, like runners and like athletes, that they have to do it for various reasons, but I am not any of those things. I'm just me, a lazy mom who sits around if I don't have something to do and keep myself busy. So that would not, it wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't, and it's not necessary for me. All right, let's see. Patricia, oh wait, no, wait. I missed someone. Teresa. Okay, Teresa says she's had some trying days and stayed keto because it can be done if you make up your mind. Yeah, and so that's the key, and that's what I'm talking about today. I know I talked about patience on my way in on Sunday, but along with patience, decision is the second most important thing to being successful. If you really want to be successful, you have to make the choice and you have to really own up to it. You have to say, I am for sure 100% on board doing this. You can set a time limit. You can say, like, I'm for sure on board doing this for the next 3 months. 100% sure. And then when 3 months comes, you can reevaluate and decide. Don't say, I'm doing this for 2 weeks. It's not long enough. You need to do it long enough to give your body time to heal itself and give your body time to start losing the weight, to give you the motivation to keep going. If you don't give yourself time, you're not going to be successful. You're just going to be like, it didn't work. Well, you may not have given it enough time. I know some people don't really have a big loss in the beginning. I've been helping people like Carrie Garner, who is here, who is just kind of plugging along. She's just losing a pound a week, and it feels very long to her. And it feels like the journey will never end. But the thing is that she's that many pounds better. She's 14 pounds better off than she would have been. Who knows? You could have put on 30 pounds in that amount of time, maybe even more. I've been known to put on 20 to 30 pounds a month when I'm just really eating the carbs. So remember that even though it's a long journey, you just need to make that decision and have patience, and you can make it through. Of course, I haven't faced anything really difficult, so it's coming, people. Life does that to you. It's coming. It's been too good for too long, I think, for me. I feel like it's coming. Some kind of scary thing is coming my way. I don't know, but I feel like I'm prepared. But you just never know until you face up to it. Patricia Cassidy says she keeps protein bar and beef jerky in her bag at all times, just in case. And that's probably a good plan if you have made the decision to only use it in an emergency situation or when you desperately need it. For me, I just know myself, and if I had a bar in my bag, I'm going to eat it. I mean, that's just the long and short of it right there. I don't really have any extra control over that because I haven't made a 100% decision that I'm not doing it. I tried really hard to make a 100% decision that I wasn't going to do bars all summer, and you've seen how well that went over. I think I made it a couple weeks before I had one. I don't know. They're just so convenient, and I'm so busy all the time, and they're not the best choice, obviously, and maybe they're part of the reason I'm retaining so much water. I don't know. And honestly, I don't know that I care that much if it's the cause of me retaining water, because if it means I'm staying keto and not eating a chocolate bar, then, it's kind of like you have to choose, your poison kind of thing. Yeah, anyway. Seema Ruby says she's proud of my weight loss this week. I don't know that I'm proud of it. I'm relieved. I'm happy. But I can't say that I'm necessarily proud because I know I lost that weight already. It's kind of frustrating when the scale doesn't cooperate and you have people like giving you advice. I'm like, what's your problem? But I really don't think I have a problem. I really think that what I'm doing is fine. I really feel like if I want to eat a bar when I want to eat one, it's really fine. If that means I'm retaining water and my scale isn't going down as fast as it could be, oh well. Honestly, like, this is a journey, and I know that this is a lifetime thing, and I don't really feel the desire to like be 150 pounds tomorrow. I'm like chill. If I'm only losing 3 pounds a month right now, I don't know that I care that much. I know that you guys want to see the big, huge losses and you want to see me moving forward and all that. I get that. But this is also my life, and I've already achieved way more than I ever dreamed possible. I have already achieved weight loss that I never thought would happen. And I'm already smaller than I've ever been in my entire adult life. So for me, I am so comfortable. I'm not eating maintenance calories right now, but I'm definitely not worrying about it as much. Like if I go over my protein, if I go over my fats, I think I'm a little bit less worried about that than I was at the beginning because I just don't feel like it's a race anymore. I don't feel like it's this thing that I have to run and get it done because I feel like I've come already really, really far and I don't mind if it takes a couple more years to lose the rest. Because right now I'm feeling good and I'm doing everything I want to do. Guys, I just signed up for a ballet class. Yikes, I'm like petrified. Clogging was bad enough, but I signed up to be in my daughter's intermediate ballet class. There's no performance for that class. It's just a technique class, and the teacher said I could wear sweats if I want. So I don't have to wear a leotard. Oh my gosh, can you imagine a leotard? Oh, no. No. But I'm going to do it because I've come to realize that you guys keep telling me I should exercise and like I should like do more like I want to do like more muscle training, but I just don't really have a space for it in my brain or my life. I keep telling myself I'm going to do it, but it's just not going to fit. So I'm like, well, I'm already at the dance studio. My daughter is already in the class. The teacher already invited me to take the class. So why not? Why not? I'm going to try it. I'll probably totally suck at it, but I'm hoping that it will strengthen my muscles a little bit and that it will make me feel closer to my kids and make me feel like I'm achieving something that I had never achieved. And you guys, I'm like almost still 200 pounds. Don't wait to do the things that you want to do. Make it happen. Whether or not you physically can or not, do the most that you can with the abilities that you have. Don't wait, grab life by the horns right now and do it. And that's kind of why I think I'm not as stressed out about eating the keto cakes or eating the bars. Yes, it's bringing my fats up a little higher, but it's not bringing my fats up as high as normal keto. Still low. So, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm doing the best I can. You guys, I'm all under a microscope with you guys, and I'm trying to do the best I can for you, but I also have to do what's best for me, and if best for me means I'm only losing 3 pounds a month, sorry. That's just going to be what it's going to be, and frankly, that'll make it last longer anyway. At this point, I'm like, I don't know that I want it to be over. I'm enjoying the journey. I like it. I like being on a weight loss journey, and I'm not sure I'm ready to be a maintenance person yet. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? All right. So PJ Burke says she keeps pistachios and pumpkin seeds handy, and also Oscar Mayer protein packs, which is meat, cheese, and small amount of nuts. Okay, that's interesting. I've never even tried. I don't think I've tried pistachios or pumpkin seeds. I have no idea like what the carb count or fat count is on those. Maybe next time I'm at the store, I'll check them out. But yeah, what if it fits in your macros and you know what you can eat, how many you can eat of those, then be careful. Just I worry about nuts and seeds just because they can easily be overeaten. But if you're keeping the little packs and you know how much it is and you're tracking it, that's not much worse than a bar, frankly. Okay, so Zalba wants to know when to stop taking magnesium. You don't ever stop taking it. You want to take it the whole time of the rest of your life. Magnesium is good to take even if you're not doing keto. Most people are low in magnesium, and it's good for so many things. It's good for feminine issues, your cycle and things like that. It's great for muscles. It's great for bones. It's great for everything. It's great for hormones. So yeah, take your magnesium. But if you're on keto, do not miss it because you need those electrolytes. And that's one of the ones that's important. Let's see. Seema Ruby says her favorite treat is to melt a tablespoon of peanut butter, 3 squares of like a Lily chocolate bar, a stevia sweetened chocolate bar in the microwave. Ooh, peanut butter chocolate. That sounds good. I actually haven't bought a Lily bar in a really long time. I've more eaten the protein bars because I don't know, because it has more protein in it, I think. And it still gives me that chocolate without being a treat. I don't know. But yeah. Let's see. So hospital cafeterias should be able to give a bunless burger or chicken salad. Worst case scenario, the nurses could probably get some sugar-free Jell-O or some broth. True. That is true. And also, you probably have friends and family who care about you and care about your situation and want to help but don't know how. And it's just go out there and just message them and say, hey, can you please bring me this? I need food. And that's what I would do. If I were actually in the hospital, I don't know what I would do. That's one I think about and I wonder, is the hospital keto friendly enough? Will I be able to get enough food? Will they force me to eat carbs? Will they give me an IV of glucose? That makes me nervous. So, I mean, I have a extra motivation to keep myself healthy to stay out of the hospital because, frankly, if someone forced me out of ketosis in the hospital, there would be heck to pay, people. I'll tell you what. If I had to start over because of a situation like that, I would be furious. People would pay. That's all I have to say. And I am really mean, guys. When I'm mad, I'm really mean. Because people are afraid of me. It's probably not a thing to be proud of, but it's true. Okay, so Julian says he's working hard to stop the stress eating, learning his triggers, and trying to just have snacks, knowing it's better to have snacks until he can get to that point. Yeah, I agree. And then you know what? Especially since you just started, if you're feeling those feelings and you're feeling hunger and things like that, it's really okay to eat as much fat as you need to eat in order to get through that first week as you're transferring over into ketosis. It can be stressful on your emotions. It can be stressful on your body. You got to do whatever you can do to stay in ketosis that first week. After that, you can deal and figure out your plan and work out your macros and things like that. But just focus on the carbs, eat fat to satiety that first week, and don't stress over if you're going to lose weight or anything. The whole goal is just to get yourself into ketosis and get comfortable there. And then you can focus on the weight loss macros and get your sodium levels good. If you can get the sodium up on that first week, you're going to do better. But usually most people can't deal with the sodium thing until a week in. And by 2 weeks, if they haven't dealt with it, they hit the wall and they get really, really sick. Most people. I do know people that keep claiming to me that they do not supplement sodium or they do not supplement potassium and they feel okay. And I'm jealous of those people because I can't obviously I couldn't even deal with a 5-pound whoosh without it killing me. I felt like someone ran me over yesterday. I had keto flu so bad, it was horrifying. And I was really mad because I'm like, really? Come on. I'm so good and I keep my electrolytes up so well. And I lost so much during that 5-pound whoosh that I was absolutely miserable. And I don't know very many other people that happens to. So, and I need a higher amount, it seems like, than other people too. So I don't know. Okay, Seema Ruby wants to know what I think of the new carnivore craze everyone's doing. She says she thinks it's extreme to exclude vegetables that have great anti-cancer properties. To be completely honest, I really think it's unnecessary. It's really unnecessary. I've seen that you can't even, like, the carnivore diet, you can't eat anything plant-based at all. So that, like, takes away even, like, nut milks and things like that. And I'm just like, I'd die. Are you kidding me? There's no way I could do that diet. It's very confusing to me for some reason, and I just don't see the point. Because it's really similar to what I'm doing with the higher protein, but like you're saying, you're not getting any micronutrients. So what, are you taking a multivitamin? I mean, you should be taking a multivitamin anyway just to be on the safe side, because with keto, I mean, I know I tend to eat a lot less vegetables, and I definitely don't eat fruits, and so I don't get as many micronutrients from food as I probably should. And yeah, there's definitely need for vegetables in our lives. There are things we can get from vegetables that we can't get from meats, well, unless we're eating the organ meats. So if I were to do a carnivore diet, I would eat nose to tail, and that's nasty. So thus, I am not going to do a carnivore diet. You do need to eat the whole animal and eat the offal, OFFAL, and organ meats in order to get those micronutrients that the animals ingested, and that's where they are in the animal. So, I don't support the carnivore craze, but you know what? If it means you lose weight and losing weight is the most important thing because you're extremely obese and carnivore is what makes you happy, then I'm not going to say you shouldn't do it because I don't feel like it's as faddish as some other things that are out there. I definitely would prefer someone do a carnivore diet versus an egg fast or a fat fast or a water fast. For sure. For sure. Because you're eating protein and you're not risking your muscle mass. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that it is so amazing. I also haven't looked into, I've seen a lot of people saying, what do they call it? Extreme keto or deep keto? What are they calling it? I can't remember. Deep something keto. Deep state? Deeper state. Deeper state keto. I keep seeing YouTubers posting about that, and I haven't watched any of the videos because I'm just kind of like, don't know what it is. So if you know what deeper state keto is, you could tell me if you want. But yeah, anyway. Let's see. Carrie says she's at the pool today with her nieces and nephews. That sounds fun. Even though it's not protein, while everyone else is eating from the junk food stand, she's eating pickles and chili when she gets home. Good job, Carrie. I know you're having a rough time, but that is perfect. Keep those electrolytes up. Distract yourself. Have fun. Swim. Swim with those kiddos. Enjoy every minute of it. Live your life. Do the best you can. And try not to stress over how slowly the weight is coming off because it's still moving. It's still moving. And you know what? Maybe the scale's not moving as quickly as your actual fat loss is, and it may show later in the game. You just never know for sure. And well, unless you're doing measurements, I hope you are doing measurements. If not, you really should be, because measurements are so much more accurate. And I have noticed that when I finally have my whooshes, almost always my measurements line up with the pounds lost. So I know if I lose an inch, that's a pound of fat off my body because I've just over time experienced that it's very similar. The places that I measure, I will tell you because it's very, very basic. So I measure around my neck. I measure each upper arm. I don't measure my forearms because I just don't care. But I measure each upper arm because, as you can see, big arms. I measure above my bust around here. I measure my bust at its widest point. I measure my band where my bra will sit, so my rib cage. I measure my waist. And that, for me, I measure my fat roll, my bigger fat roll, the one that's on top. I don't measure between the two fat rolls because I really don't care if I lose right there. So I just kind of measure my biggest spot and my biggest spot. So my biggest spot on the waist, and then my hips, each thigh, and each calf. And I do that every Sunday, and I write it down, and I keep track. If I gain in a spot, I actually don't write that down. I mean, I don't add that into my inches because it seems like sometimes fat moves around and eventually it catches back up. So I just only count if it goes down. Does that make sense? So if, say for example, last week my inches lost was quarter on my neck, but today it was back up the quarter, I still keep it at the quarter until I catch back up. I don't make it go up and like say, oh, I'm negative 1 inch, because eventually it goes back to where it was. So that's kind of how I do it. I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but that's how I do it for my own mental sanity. And I tend to lose at least an inch or so every week. So I know I'm losing a pound or so every week. Whether or not the scale says that, I know that to be true. And that's the beauty of measuring yourself. Now, if you are retaining a lot of water, you will swell in different places. And so your inches can go up. And that's another reason why I don't really count the ones that go up. Because I know it's scientifically impossible for me to gain fat eating the way I'm eating. Scientifically impossible to gain fat because I'm eating at a deficit. Even when I'm overeating, even when I'm eating a bar, even when I'm eating a keto cake, I know I'm still at a deficit because I'm still so big that I'm still at a deficit when I do that. Unless I choose to have a maintenance day where I'm eating like 120 grams of fat on purpose in order to kind of jog my metabolism a little bit, which I recommend doing at least once a month. You can do it more often than that if you want to, but at least once a month you should do a maintenance day to kind of just say, here's some fat, and make your body happy for a day. And then sometimes the water wishes off. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, there's like no control over that water stuff. I've tried every trick there is. set to carb update, which I will not do like I talked about. All right. Haley Lynn says she was thinking about it yesterday because her father-in-law was in surgery from a heart attack. She decided that her plan would be lazy keto. And so she would just eat whatever she wanted and not worry about the macros on it as long as she knew that it was very low in carbs. And that's totally fine. And in fact, that's probably what I would do as well. For sure. I don't think I'd worry about tracking anything if I was dealing with a situation like that. She also thought about what would she do if she was in the hospital, and she said she'd just rather go hungry if she couldn't get food that she would be able to eat. I'm more worried about what would happen to me if I'm not awake. So, for example, if I got in a car accident, which is possible because I spend half my life in the car, and they didn't know and they put a glucose drip in me, that's the thing. It literally gives me nightmares thinking about that. I feel like I want a bracelet that says allergic to carbohydrates, do not glucose drip me. I wonder if they make such a thing. I bet they do. That would be really ridiculous if that's what I'm doing to myself. I'm sure I could get back into ketosis if they screw me up like that, but I would be mad as a hornet, I'll tell you what. Hi, Wendy W. Welcome. All right. Carrie Goner's off her diabetes meds. That's awesome. That's like the hugest victory. Huge. That's awesome. Yeah, and Karen Rothwell, same thing. She says she's averaged a loss of only 5 pounds per month, which is not bad, but it feels really slow to her. But her average blood glucose over the last 90 days is only 104, which is insanely awesome for a person with type 2 diabetes. Yay. I mean, like, Karen is my go-to for diabetes info. She's the one who helps me out with people who ask questions because I've never had to deal with that because I think I may have been pre-diabetic, but I was never quite got to that point yet. I know I would have eventually gotten there, but I hadn't quite gotten there. And that is like huge. And it's just really, really important. More important than the weight loss when you have diabetes. I know I'm always about the weight loss because that's what my issue was. That's what was making me miserable. But if I had been diabetic, I think that would have been huger for me than just losing the weight. All right. Let's see. Yes, taking a multivitamin is very good idea. I personally take Ritual brand vitamins because okay, let's be honest, they're cute. And I like cute things. And the vitamins are flipping cute. They're see-through, and you can see all the little vitamins floating around in the D3 or whatever oil it is. I don't know what it is in there, but fish oil is in there. And then it's got vitamin D3, which helps. I think it's really helped with my hair loss because since I started taking that vitamin D3 and those vitamins, I haven't had as much hair loss as I did in the year previously. So I don't know if it's just that, but I highly recommend taking a multivitamin. I don't think it matters which one. There's nothing I like personally. I'm going to say you have to have. Just get in those micronutrients. Dr. Finney does recommend taking a multivitamin when asked about iodine because people are like, what about iodized salt? He just kind of was shrugging and going, take a multivitamin? He was so funny about it. It was like a non-issue to him that he hadn't really thought hard about. Apparently it's not as important as we think. And he says most sea salts have iodine in them just naturally anyway. So yeah, if you're wondering about iodine, that's your answer. At least that from Dr. Finney. But yeah, so Soleil water and the magnesium are only going to give you the electrolytes. They're not going to give you micronutrients if you want. It is good to take micronutrients. I know that at the beginning when I got a little low on zinc and I had some issues. Even I have a divot in my toenail from I think when I was low on zinc when I first started keto. It's now almost grown all the way out. So yeah, it is a good idea to take a multivitamin if you're not going to be eating a lot of veggies because you're not going to get, or if you're not going to eat organ meats. You could eat organ meats and you'll be good. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, the cheese wisps. Those will do it to you. Those are way easy to overeat too. When I do the wisps, I just measure out like I would an ounce of cheese to my meal, and I only eat that much. Same with nuts. I measure them out and like only eat that much, or buy a 1 ounce package and only eat that much. Because I don't buy the big bag for that reason, because I'll just munch them and munch them and munch them mindlessly. And you don't want mindless eating. You want to be mindful of everything you put in your mouth as much as possible. Karen says she's mean when she's sick. I don't get sick very often, so I'm not 100% sure, but I probably mean when I'm sick too, because I'm mean anyway, it seems like. Am I being a little obsessive over how mean I am? I think it's just been a real big surprise to me how mean I sound when I don't mean to be mean. Does that make sense? When I'm like teasing my kids off camera and you can only hear my voice, I sound like the world's witchiest mother. But my kids know that I'm just smiling and teasing them. But unless you can see my smile, you don't know that I'm kidding. Teresa, it's that time of the month and she gets grouchy. And I'll tell you guys what, it is also my time of the month as well. And I tend to have that big whoosh the week before my cycle starts. That seems to be the plan for me. I skipped one this last month, which is why I was kind of going, But it was back in that same week, this last week. And so I don't know how much it has to do with diet and how much it has to do with just hormone changes. I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of grouchy about that too, I think. That's part of the reason. So yeah, Keto Flu, yay. Let's see. Wait, Debbie's going to the hospital? What did I miss? Oh, you're going to the hospital. Yeah, just tell them you want saline only, no glucose. If you're awake and okay and you're able to converse, you should be able to do that just fine. I mean, I've heard of a lot of people going through it and it not being a big deal. But yeah. And I hope you do okay. I'm worried about you now. I hope it's nothing too serious. Maybe you already posted about why you're going, but I'm going to look. Let's see. I don't see it. You have to tell me why you're going to the hospital, Debs. I want to know. Ooh, someone answered my question about deeper state keto. Oh, yeah, that's what I figured. That's what it was. Thanks, Karen. She says Deeper State Keto is a program that's put out by Keto Savage, who's a professional bodybuilder that Matt and Mega from Keto Connect helps get set up and endorse. Yes, I saw when they did his program. I didn't realize that Deeper State Keto was the name of it. And it's kind of ironic because it's really similar to what I do at a certain point. So I was just kind of like, this guy's making money off this stuff. I should be making money off it. I don't know. I didn't study it though. It's not my information. It's Dr. Finney's information. He should make money off of it. All right, let's see. Stephanie Fontaine says the scale's not moving, but her pants fit again. See? Yep. That is more of an indicator of your success than the stinking scale, which is dumb. Dumb. I don't even pay any attention to the numbers hardly anymore because half the time I step on the scale and I'm like, really? Yeah, right. I don't believe it. And I just move on. It doesn't bother me though. If it bothers you, just don't step on it. It doesn't bother me when it goes up. I just don't care. So Carrie, you've lost 8 3/4 inches and you feel like you're hanging on to some fluid still? Okay. Are you measuring all of the places that I said to measure? So the rest of that 13 might only be water, and then you've lost 8 pounds of actual fat. So that's lower than you might hope for, but it is still 8 pounds. Guys, a pound of fat is like this big. That's awesome. All right. Epiphany London says that she would have a bracelet that says, "Don't give me glucose." Says normally they do saline or lactate ringers, which is not an issue. It's like electrolytes. Yeah, that's what I would hope that they would give me and not a glucose drip. Okay, Patty Montero asks, how do you reach the protein? Her macros are 100 protein, 65 fat, and 20 carbs, but having trouble reaching the protein. So that's the main reason I actually eat my yogurt every day. People are always giving me a hard time about my yogurt, but that is one of the main reasons I eat it. Because in a cup of Greek yogurt, there's 20 grams of protein and 0 fat. So that's a huge protein bolus right there. And because of the lactic acid eats most of the sugars, I only count half of the carbs. So I have entered my own like custom entry into chronometer that is set for, because the yogurt I use is 7 carbs per cup. So it's only 3.5. I entered it in as 3.5 carbs and made my own custom entry. And that is how I eat it every day, and that's why I eat it every day. Other good ways to get it in are dense proteins that are lower in fat, like turkey, chicken breast, shrimp, fish, any kinds of fish. Trying to think. Sirloin steak is pretty good. It's lower in fat. Pork loin, that kind of thing. So you just kind of have to be a little bit more creative, but I will tell you this, get your protein first. So get your app out, plan out your 2 or 3 meals, and find out how much protein you need at that each meal to meet that. Then cook that amount and eat it, whether you want to eat it or not. At first, you won't want to eat it. And I know that people are like, that's counterintuitive. It goes against what your body is telling you. You should only eat when you're hungry. But I will tell you this, people, at the beginning of this way of eating, you won't be hungry at all. You won't need any food at all. Like, you won't be hungry. It will be hard to get your protein in, and I'm telling you, get it in. If that means you have to drink a protein shake, get some IsoPure or IsoPro powder, or even I think the Quest powder is pretty decent. Just check the carb count on those. Make some protein pancakes with protein powder and eggs and cream cheese. Drink a shake. Do what you have to do to get the protein in when it's hard. Try and get it from real food as much as you can, but if you absolutely have to have a shake or something to get you to that point, go ahead, because it is more important for you to keep that protein level for your muscles in order to have enough protein to rebuild themselves as they're healing, and also to build up or retain what you've already got. You don't want to mess with not having enough protein and risking losing muscle mass, because when you're eating at a deficit, your body will turn to your body fat to after it's done eating your dietary fat. But more often than not, if you're not eating enough protein, it will also break down some of your muscle. So you just need to be careful and keep that protein level up. So do what you have to do to meet the protein first. Don't worry about the fat. If that means your fats are a little high until you figure it out, don't worry about that at first either, until you really get a handle of it. And then you can try and eat some leaner meats. But leaner meats is the key. And then adding fats in through cheese and butter and heavy whipping cream and like sauces. That's kind of an easier way to do it. That's why you see me eating chicken breast like probably 6 days a week, because chicken breast is one of those I can add sauce to, I can add cheese to, it can make it taste more decadent that way. And if I decide I don't want to have a higher fat day, I just omit the cheese or I omit the sauce, and I have a lower fat meal already that I'm used to eating. So I eat a lot of chicken breast, a lot. But I really love chicken breast. Sometimes I'm craving wings, though, and I go over my fat macro because I felt like eating wings. The other day, I needed wings so bad, and I don't know why. I just really, really needed them. Wasn't necessarily a craving, but it's just, I just wanted wings. I don't know. And it's keto, so I ate it. But I can't get that every day because it's higher in fat. So wings and thighs, darker meat chickens are going to give you more fat. If you eat the skin on it, it's going to give you even more. So try and stick to chicken breast. It's high in protein. Anyway, so that's the way I personally do it. You can see I have like, I think 30 What to Eat Wednesday videos. I've been videotaping everything I eat for over 6 months. It's kind of astounding to me. And actually, I think it might have even been longer than that, because I was doing daily vlogs back in September, October time. I was doing daily vlogs, and I did daily vlogs through Christmas. Like I did Vlogmas, and I was filming everything I ate then as well. So it's actually been a lot longer than 6 months that I've been filming everything I eat, except the occasional bar that I haven't sometimes included. Because it's a pain. It's total pain in the butt to remember to film everything you eat. Trust me. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world, especially because half the time my food gets cold because I'm busy doing something and I don't have time to do the video, and I can't just mindlessly eat while I'm doing the thing that I'm doing. I have to wait until I can videotape what I ate first, and half the time I eat is freaking cold. Gross. So I love you guys. That's proof of real love right there. Real love. Hope that helped you. All right. Let's see. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. If you haven't checked out her podcast, she's freaking awesome. And she podcasts every day. So I don't know how you do that, girly. I'm doing the daily vlogs for my family channel, and it's like literally wiping me out. Killing me. Killing me. I'm getting no sleep. I'm going to bed around 2 a.m. every night. Getting about 6 hours of sleep a night. I'm starting to like feel a little bit like a zombie. Yeah, it's awful. Oh, Karen, you're having like sweats at night. My husband has that, and I'm not sure if that's a keto thing or not. I'm freezing to death, but I think it's because I've lost 180 pounds. So I just literally have taken a chubby person off of me, and that person was probably keeping me nice and warm and toasty, but now I am freezing. In fact, it's probably really hot in my room right now, but I am like thinking I should have turned off the AC. But my husband is always sweating to death. So me, I've got like 3 blankets, and I'm wearing pajamas, and I'm under the sheets just, and Dave has the sheets off, and he's sweating to death, and he's dying. So I don't even dare to turn off the AC for the poor guy, because I can put on more layers and he can't. So he can't get rid of more layers already. So yeah, maybe it's a metabolism thing. I don't know. I really don't know what it is, but yeah, it's definitely happens. That's for sure. Hey, Wendy Baron is here. If you guys haven't checked out Wendy's channel, she does a great job. She's been showing her food daily, and she has been trying what I'm doing for a little while, and I think she's been doing pretty good with it. And she's also got, I think, 12 kids. Why do I always get that wrong, Wendy? Is it 11 or 12? I don't know. She has a lot of kids, and so it's fun to watch her channel because there's always something busy going on, kind of like my house, and I love watching it. Let's see. She is trying to figure out her electrolytes because ever since she started like the higher protein keto, her electrolytes feel a little bit off. And I'm starting to wonder if there's a correlation with that. If doing the higher protein keto, the electrolytes for some reason drop more. I'm not sure, but it seems like a lot of people come in from high fat keto and they're doing fine without supplementing electrolytes. And then they start what I'm doing and they like immediately are in keto flu horror zone. Kind of like me with the whoosh. I don't know. But yeah, like if you find yourself deep in the keto flu, don't be afraid to give yourself a boost of potassium, like with some potassium citrate powder or Zip Fizz or light salt. I've been putting light salt on my eggs again, and I've been taking a Zip Fizz every day, just trying to get out of this mess I got myself into with the whoosh. Granted, who knows what's going to happen with the water weight. I give up on the water weight, I'll tell you. Just give up on that. 12 kids, I was right. Woo! Nice. Well, I'm glad you and your hubby are both hot at night, Karen, so that you don't have to fight over the temp. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if the higher protein makes you whoosh more. Because it seems to me like I have regular whooshes like every month. But I have a friend who's doing the higher protein who's never had a whoosh the whole time, and it's just consistently lost and lost and lost. Kind of like Carrie Garner is doing, where it's just been a consistent down, 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 not necessarily like hold, and then drop a whole bunch. Me, that's what I do. It seems like I stay at the same weight for a while, and then all of a sudden I drop like 6 pounds in a week. Sometimes 8, sometimes 10 pounds in a week. It's the weirdest thing. And maybe it's body specific. Maybe it's not a keto thing, like keto protein thing, or I don't know. I really don't know. I wish I was like really brilliant and like scientific and all that and like had time to study and learn stuff, because half the time I feel like my brain cells were gone with the 9 kids and I'm still trying to play catch up. And yes, I've been homeschooling them, but still can't do mental math very quickly. Not as quickly as I could before I had kids, so who knows. But the Soleil water does help with my mental clarity. And I knew yesterday that that was the issue because I couldn't focus and my brain was like ADD and it was all over the place. And I was like, I know this is a sodium issue, but there's only so much sodium you can take at once before your body will just get rid of it. So it was really difficult for me yesterday because I felt like all I did was take Soleil water all day and I never felt better until like 7 p.m. And today I felt good. And I've had 2 doses of Soleil water already today. No food yet and no potassium yet. And I'm doing okay today. So hoping I got a handle on it and that my body is a little bit back to normal and I'm not going to kill people today because I don't think people liked me yesterday. I think they all wanted me to go home. And I couldn't. I had to be there till like I was there. Oh, I left at 9:30. Came home. Still had to have dinner. Did I say 9:30 or was it 8:30? 8:30, not 9. I'm thinking of my future schedule, not the current schedule. 8:30 I stayed and I got home at 9. I had to eat still and edit my hide and seek video, which takes 4 hours every night. So if I start at 9, I usually finish around 1-ish. Then I have to watch it again. Then I have to export it. And then in the morning I upload it because it takes so long to export. I can't stay up that late. Every day. You guys, don't start a family vlog channel unless you're prepared for the pain that it is and the work that it takes because it is a lot more work than this keto channel because I've got the schedule because I've got my Sunday weigh-ins and then I have Monday mentoring where I teach you guys and I don't always have to do that. So I do that in spurts. Like 6 months ago I did a section and now I'm doing it again and in 6 months I'll do it again. I think that's how I'm going to do it. It's just like every half year I'll redo the series. And that's on Mondays. And then on Tuesdays we do this, which is easy. Because, hello, chat. Right? Love chatting. Chat. Whew, I always lose my voice, though. It's a lot of talking. And then Wednesdays, I show you everything I ate in the week. I put together that video of all of the food that I ate all week. And sometimes some of my clips disappear. I promise. If it says that a picture that I ate what I ate, I don't know what happened to the video, but I never eat without videotaping. So who the heck knows where those videos have gone into the nether? I don't know. Misplaced them somehow in my disorganized phone. I do everything with my phone too. So if you guys are wondering, my YouTube channel, all done with my phone. I used to do it with my DSLR. It's just trouble. Trouble with a capital T. It takes too much time to work it, to set it up and get it focused, and I can't see myself close up, so I don't know what it looks like until I've made the whole video, which is why the first Keto for Beginners video is completely out of focus. So I decided I'm just doing them on my phone because I have more control that way. And so my phone is cool. I have a Galaxy S9. If you're wondering which phone I have, it's got some awesome video. I'll tell you what, it's a great phone. Okay. Wendy, I'm glad to hear that you can not do mental math well on camera as well. Because half the time I think, what do these people think I'm homeschooling for? And I am so not prepared for homeschool this year, you guys. I feel like I'm just so far behind and I just can't seem to get a handle on it this year. And I'm panicking because we only have like a week and a half. We're supposed to start official. And I'm dealing with my daughter. I don't know if you guys, if you watch my channel, you'll know that my 17-year-old daughter is going to her senior year of high school and her high school closed last week. No warning. Yesterday was supposed to be dance competition team or not company, dance company tryouts. And instead she was home depressed by herself. She's finally made the decision to go to the local high school, and I filled out an application for her today. I don't know how we're going to... It's a pain in the butt, I'll tell you, and we have like a week to figure it out, and I'm stressing. So, if I seem a little bit crazy, no, a little bit crazy. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Oh my goodness. Karen said she made a pot roast, threw 10 baby carrots in there and half an onion, and they tasted like candy. Yeah, I agree. Carrots, when you eat them now, taste way uber sweet. And I only eat them occasionally, usually when I go to Texas Roadhouse, and I'll eat like 3 or 4 with my meal. Ooh, that makes me want Texas Roadhouse. I have no money. Never mind. Got paid, had the weekend, no more money. That's the story of my whole life. Carrots though sound good. Yeah, and the same with the green peas. I eat them occasionally and they're just like little pieces of candy, and I eat like a sixth of a cup in my meal. I feel like at this point I can trust myself to do that. I don't know that I could have done that at the beginning. I kind of avoided all of those things really carefully at the beginning. I don't think that I would be brave enough to eat like a piece of a potato, but occasionally I will have some peas and carrots for sure. But they taste so good. Everything is so much tastier when you're not eating sugar. It's so much nicer. Ooh, apple cider vinegar. I can't imagine that tasting sweet, but I have never been an apple cider vinegar taker, so I don't know. Living direct deposit to direct deposit. Yeah! It's so true. It's not paycheck anymore, is it? Oh my gosh, it really isn't. It really is true. We've never been good with money. The Lord takes care of us. I don't know why. He just loves us. Sometimes I feel kind of guilty because I'm so bad with money and I don't manage it well. And somehow we always have money what we need. And when I don't, I ask the Lord and I'm like, oh, we need some money. And I know that the reason we need money is because it's my fault and I messed up and I was really irresponsible. But we kind of like need food and I could use some money. And if I do that, if I ask him, every time he gives it. Every time. And every time I'm like, really? That was really kind and I'm grateful and you know I'm going to waste it, right? He knows. He knows. That's actually part of the reason we started the family vlog channel, because there are actually a lot of family vloggers in the Salt Lake Valley within 15 to 20 minutes of me. And I have been telling my kids, this time, mark my words, this time next year, they are going to know who I am. We are working really hard on our channel, and we hit 500 subscribers yesterday. In 5 weeks only. 5 weeks. I'm so proud of them. So proud of them. They're working so hard too, and they have done a lot of the videotaping. They're just awesome kids. Awesome, awesome kids. I love them. So proud of them. So we're hoping that we will start making some money with that channel. We have to hit the 1,000 subscribers, of course. And we're almost 1/4 of the way to the 4,000 watch hours. We're at like 700 as of this morning watch hours. So you have to get 4,000. So we're almost 1/4 of the way there to that. And then we can start making money. And my kids are so excited. I think we'll probably hit it, I'm hoping by January. That's my goal, is to like be monetized by January. That's my goal. So wish us luck. We can use your prayers. Thank you for those of you who are supporting, because some of you are lovely and that you're true friends. I don't know why you force yourself to watch that stuff, but I'm grateful that you're willing, and I'm grateful for, I don't know, caring enough about me to do that for my kids. I appreciate it because they work hard on it, and it's hard to come up with new ideas. Guys, tomorrow we're freaking going to milk goats. Never in a million years thought I'd say that. It's for the vlog, people. It's for the vlog. The things I will let myself do. And Jasper keeps walking around. Tomorrow we gonna walk in animal poop. I like poop. That's the only thing he heard me say. He doesn't get the whole milking thing or feeding baby goats with bottles. But he heard the poop part. He's fascinated by that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, radishes in my pot roast. I've done that too. It's actually pretty decent actually, because they kind of absorb the flavor of the roast and taste potato-ish. They're not bad. Let's see. I'm killing you. Sorry. Yes, he does love us. Yeah, that bubble pit thing is insane, right? Okay. So we have clog camp this same week every single year. It's tryouts for their clogging team and we can't miss it. But it's the same week that our city does this huge, every night they have like a huge thing. There's even like a goat rodeo where little 4 to 6 year old or 3 to 6 year old kids get in the mud and like catch goats and they have to hang on to them. It is the funniest thing, and we can't ever do it because of stinking clog camp. It's so frustrating. So last night I actually made Dave come to the studio and pick up the 3 little kids so that they could do that stinking foam pit because we miss it every year and all our friends are posting pictures on Facebook. It was so fun and we never get to go. So I was glad that at least the 3 little ones got to go do that. It was insane. I would have totally got in there if I was over there, but I had to stay at the clog camp with the kids and let Daddy handle it. But yeah, if you guys go over there and check out, the fire department does it, and they just bring over this big, huge pump that just pushes out bubbles. And I don't know like what kind of soap they use for that, but it's kind of crazy. I think it might be like the foam that they use to put out fires or something. I don't know exactly, but they just like have a huge giant tunnel pump thing in a bag, and the kids like get right in front of the bag and like slide down the hill as it's like pouring foam down into this little like depression, this little ravine. My husband said that there were areas where it was taller than him, so it was like 6 feet deep. It's craziness. They were like so covered in bubbles. It was not even funny. Oh my gosh. Well, it was kind of funny actually. I think if I had gone, I would have got a little bit better footage. I was kind of disappointed in the footage that they got, but you can't do everything, right? Can't do everything. So, don't feel bad about the money. Not everyone can be rich. Yeah, I know. You know, if we only had 2 kids, we would be rich. That's the long and short of it. But we have 9, so we're not. And we do dance, so we're not. And sometimes, almost actually a lot of times, we choose dance over food and let the Lord work out the food. That's just how it goes sometimes. That's how it's going to be this week because it's slim pickings around here. And we spend it all on Eloise's baptism, so eek. Anyway, let's see. I hope you guys get monetized, our spot. I know you're working hard at it too. Keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. It's hard. You have to just keep on putting out the content and keep posting on bigger channels, especially ones that do the same kind of content you do. And I mean, I'll get like a trickle of subscribers every day from going out and posting on like 10 different videos for big channels that are in our area, because there are a lot of, like I said, a lot of million subscriber channels within a 15-minute video video. Yeah, that's what's on my head. 15-minute driving distance of me. And I've kind of tried to get their attention and be like, hey, I'm a photographer. You want free pictures? We could do a collab. And nobody seems to want to do that. They all have their own photographers already because this is Utah, guys. In Utah, everybody's already doing it. That's why we have 5 keto bakeries. 5. It's kind of crazy. And we have photographers on every block, which is why I don't get a lot of jobs. And apparently, we also have a billion YouTubers. But the thing about YouTube is that it's worldwide. So, I think I can do it. I think I can make it. We're going to find out. And I don't even feel bad showing my crappy house with its peeling paint. And I mean, so if you guys have been curious about what my house looks like, you got to join the other channel because I have shown almost all of my house except for my gross room. You guys get to see this part of my room, and that is all in my room because it's the last thing on the list and I'm never ever going to get it done. It's so disorganized. But yeah, I've been showing my peeling paint and my bad countertops, and I'm just like, who cares? And then people will be excited for me when they see I finally get to put a new kitchen in, right? Someday? Probably never. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, it's hide and seek. And if you search it out, hide and seek HYDE, if you search it out, it doesn't come up. You'll see a lovely picture of my adopted daughter, and 2 of my biological daughters are beautiful. If it doesn't come up, try hide and seek a big family, and then it will. Oh, you have family that lives out here in Utah? That's awesome. That's awesome. We'll have to get together maybe. Come out here and visit. Real life is way more interesting than fake life, unless you're Bonnie Helen. If you haven't watched Bonnie Helen, you guys, Hoellin. Funniest channel ever. That woman is hilarious. And she has fake nails and fake eyelashes. Oh my gosh, she's hilarious. They just hit 1 million subscribers, and their 1 million subscriber video was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was all a depressing video with their kids in like sad faces going, ever since we hit 1 million subscribers, Mom is really mean. And the one that got me right in the feelers was the 2-year-old who's the same age as Jasper. And he says, I asked Mommy to read a story, and she said no. It was the most adorable thing, and I literally cried. Even though knowing it's fake, I cried because I was like, it's kind of true. It's kind of busy. If it's not going to go on the vlog, you think, is this really necessary? Poor 2-year-olds. Poor 2-year-olds. But the cure for the 1 million subscriber syndrome is apparently 2 million subscribers. That woman is a freaking genius. I love that girl. And she just lives. I'm not kidding. Gonna meet her someday. Hey, Eve. Good to see you. You coming in at the last minute? We're already 10 minutes over our time, and I need to go soon because I need to eat, like some food sometime. But I also don't want to deal with today, and you guys are making me feel better. So I'm still talking because I talk. But you guys, I'm going to have no voice left to talk to my friends at dance tonight. I've been taking my throat coat tea again because my voice has been kind of bad the last couple of weeks ago. Again. And I think it's partly the live chat talking for an hour thing, but I don't know. I talk all day to everyone. If you know me in real life, you literally know my entire life story and the entire life story of every single one of my kids, good or bad, whether they want me to tell them or not. I cannot. I have no filter. My poor kids. I bore my testimony in church on Sunday for the first time in a long time. And I forgot to say something that I really wanted to say. And what I wanted to say was, sometimes I beat myself up about not being the best mom. But my kids would argue with me that I am too good of a mom. Because I meddle and I talk too much about them. Chanda, good to see you. She asks if I exercise. No, not really. I'm the worst. I don't exercise. During the school year, I do clogging once a week, which is like 1 hour of a little bit of cardio. And this year, I am going to start, I mentioned earlier in the video, I just signed up for a ballet technique class. I will not be performing. You do not need to see me on stage, but I will be doing it just to kind of get my muscles stronger and just because I can, I guess. So, no, I don't exercise. My brain can't go there. I think it just takes another mental step that I don't have in me because I'd like to do it and I keep saying I'm going to. And then when I get to that point, I'm just like, no, I'm really not doing that. I just can't make the noggin move to that place because I just feel like it requires me to be someone different and like have another focus and I don't have any room for more focuses. Does that make sense? I have so many focuses. I have too many focuses already that if I add that in, it'll be too hard. So that's why I'm going to do the dance because dance is already our lives. Though I don't know if I've mentioned it to you guys, we actually had to give up our competition dance studio. So the little girls will not be competing this year. And they're a little heartbroken, especially Miss Ruby because she was so excited to be able to do solos this year. But the studio doubled their prices and we couldn't afford it. And so we don't have anywhere to compete because we already missed all of the competition tryouts at all the other studios. So we can't really start a new one. And I don't even know where we would go anyway because... So the kids are just going to do classes at the 2 studios that we already do. They just don't compete until next year and then I'll deal. Next spring we'll find a way. So I'm kind of disappointed that we don't get to do competitions this year. But the Lord is in charge. He knows what's going on. Sometimes it's hard to accept and, sometimes we can only do what we can do. So we're going to just do regular classes. But I am exercising as in I'm more active, okay? So back, a year ago, I wasn't doing as many things as I do. I wasn't going to the theme park and walking for miles, and I wasn't being more active with my kids and taking them out for walks and going to the water park and spending time. I was lazy all summer last summer. I did nothing. And you know what? The summer went by faster last year. Recording what my kids have been doing every week, every day, and coming up with new ideas and doing more things has actually made this summer go more slowly for us. It's been such a gift. Who knew that being more active and doing more things could make your summer feel like it went by more slowly because you packed so much into it? Normally, I'm just so tired and overwhelmed by the year being over and just needing to take a break that I spend all the time just laying around in my bed and ignoring my kids. And my poor kids just spend the whole summer playing video games. And that's how normally I am. So this year, I'm much more active and doing more things than I've ever been before. So I guess technically, I do exercise because I'm more active, but only because I want to be and not because I'm not going to the gym or building muscles, and all of that stuff, I guess. I'm not running, or I'm not interested in running. All right. Eve wants to know how many milligrams of magnesium I take a day. Personally, I take 450. The recommended amount is anywhere between 300 and 700 milligrams. It's like you got to find your happy place. I personally take 450 of glycinate every day. And that's to help with sleep and to help with muscle relaxing and stuff like that. I don't have any constipation issues. If you're going to have constipation issues, you might need a little higher. If you don't need that much and you just feel fine, you have lower, but don't go lower than 300 milligrams. And don't take oxide. It's only 4% absorbable. And don't take citrate for a long period of time because it's great for getting the bowels moving, but it's not so great for cell regrowth. It kind of disrupts cells over time. It's not good for you. So I recommend glycinate or malate or oroate if you can try those ones. I am savoring my summer. I don't want it to be over. I've had such an amazing summer with my kiddos. Awesome. Diane says she's newer to keto because her name says plants and starch. Diane. Interesting. You gotta change your name. What you gonna change it to? You could just change it to just Diane. I like that. I don't know. I actually have a Tamara Hyde channel, and I think it's so funny because people have totally subbed me on my Tamara Hyde channel, and I don't post anything on it. It's like my channel where I post my kids' dance videos that can't be monetized so that I can share them on Facebook. So their class dances or their solos or their duets. No, the class dances go on the Stars Unlimited YouTube channel usually, and then their other ones, any other studios or something, will go on that channel. But I think it's so funny that I've had all these people subscribe it. You guys are awesome. I love you all. All right. Yeah, a lot of people have been taking the citrate because on the site Who Shall Not Be Named, they recommend citrate. But I have since learned from the magnesium guru, she studies magnesium, it's a friend of mine, that citrate can actually interrupt cell reproduction or interrupt the cells that break them up. So it's not good over time. Cooking with kids. I don't know if I could try. I don't cook, Chanda. You guys know me, right? My husband cooks. We don't cook. My kids cook their own food, though. I guess I could film them cooking bacon and risking burns to bacon grease. People probably call CPS on me knowing that my 8-year-old cooks her own bacon. But yeah, decluttering, cleaning, I am not good at that either, and I really need to be. And that's one thing that vlogging has helped with is I've kept the main part of my house more clean because where else do you do videos? So that it has to be picked up. And the kids have been more motivated to clean it because I'm always well, we can't make a video because you didn't clean your jobs. And they're like, oh, clean it fast so we can do a building block challenge. Yeah, they're great kids. They've been really good. Yeah, I'll think about doing that. Karen, you should start a channel. I would totally watch a Disney channel that you do. Girl, you've been to every Disney theme park that exists practically, right? Have you been to all of them? I think you've been to all of them, haven't you? I would love to see the footage of that. Are you kidding me? I would watch that channel. I love Disney. Do I have a vitamin video? I have a review of the Ritual vitamins on my channel somewhere. If you search in vitamin on my channel, you'll probably find it. And I have many electrolytes videos. I think I have 3 or 4 at this point, and a Soleil water how-to video. So, and those should all be in the Mentor Monday playlist, the Keto for Beginners playlist. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I have a Disney vlog playlist, and some of that stuff actually ended up in there because I was doing like vlogging every day kind of thing. Also, I think when I went to my St. George vacation with my husband, I showed my supplements one time. Gosh, I don't know. Electrolyte video is probably the safest, so search that out and that might help. But I don't really talk about vitamins really on anything. Just take a multi. You don't need to keto your name, Wendy. I think it's a good idea to keep your name the way it is for your channel, just because you're not really, I don't think you're really 100% focused on your niche yet and your audience yet. I think once you find your audience, then you can decide if you want that channel to be just keto, if you want that channel to be just family, kind of like I did. And then you can split off at a certain point, which is like what I did. Because if you guys know, I posted all my family stuff on my keto channel for the longest time because I didn't really have any other platform for that. And then all of a sudden in June, I just felt the incredible push, like in my entire being. I felt just like, now make a family channel, and I split it. So you'll know when it's time. You'll know what to do. You just keep it your name until you're sure what your audience is, because you need to find your audience kind of first, I think. And my audience was keto, and I finally knew that it was time for me to stop posting the mom stuff on the keto channel. So I'm not going to be posting any of that anymore. So if you guys like that, make sure you join the other one. Uh-oh. What, honey? Oh, I'll come fix it. Hang on. All right. Well, I'm going to have to go, I think, because the 2-year-old is saying that he can't open the door because it's locked. Did you hear him banging on the door? Buddy, it's locked. I'm doing my live chat. I'm coming. I promise. I love you. All right. I got to run, you guys. It's been a minute 20. Thank you for subbing me, our spot. I will try and remember to come and sub you from my hide and seek channel too, because I know every sub matters. Every sub matters when you're trying to make it to that 1,000, right? All right, you guys. I love you so much. I appreciate your support. I love that you guys want to come and chat with me. It makes my Tuesdays such lovely days. You guys always cheer me up and make me feel better. And I really love talking to you guys. It just makes me happy. And you know something is right when it makes you feel good and you feel like you're contributing to the world and you feel like you're doing something that means something to somebody, but it also benefits you because it just makes you feel happy inside. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love you all so much. Nona, I know you made it all the way, and I'm not going to tell you how I know your name is Mary Grace, but I'm grateful that you made it. And you can put whatever little emoji you would like to say that you made it. And if you didn't, I promise I will forgive you, because it's a lot. And I love that you watch every video all the way to the end, but I don't know how you do it, girly. I don't know how you do it. Thanks so much, everyone. I love you all so very much, and we'll talk to you all again soon.